co-host, maybe permanent. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Furry, how are you doing?
Hello, actually doing just fine. It's too damn hot in the place where I live, but we are going to cast Passiflora today, and it sure will be fun to watch.
Tell us a little about yourself, man. How long have you been playing Gwen? Tell us, introduce yourself to the people, please.
I'm actually kinda new to streaming and casting stuff, but I've played Gwent from the beginning of closed beta, and I'm a member of Team Blue Whale Paranoia that plays in TGI tournament, and I actually played this Passiflora tournament before I was uh, cast out by Shu in the lower bracket.
Cast out by shoe. All right, man. Well, hey, man, it's nice to meet you. This is the first time we've actually talked, so we're just kind of jumping into it. I thank everybody for watching YouTube. It's been great. I want to thank Puzzle for putting it all together, and Siraxia for hosting it. And I think we're going to jump into the first match of the day. It is a losers final. Shu plays against I can't remember. I want to say his name is Hyperion, but I don't know his in-game name.
Alexator.
Alexander. There we go. So we're going to jump into the first match of the day. Alexander. There we go. So looks to be monsters versus monsters.
So
All
it's
right.
Dagon on Dagon action.
Yeah. Who didn't see that coming? Are you shocked? Dagon on Dagon? Monsters. All right.
So we are seeing from the Shu side, I guess.
Yeah. Looks like we're going shoe. We're putting the shoe on.
So he's got a pretty decent hand.
Yeah, he's got to like it. He's got to like it. I really like, he kicks the fog. That's always the thing with the crones. I love the crones, but it's just the worst feeling in the world when you kick a crone and you get another crone.
His hand is actually pretty good. He's got some carryover to set up, he's got clears, he's got 2 golds that are very good against monster decks.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good. So the answers with Dagon, you could play usually fog. Works 2 ways. One, of course, it took some damage on the other side, and it gets those foglets, thins the deck out a little bit, and gets some pressure early on. And that answers with an Archgriffin.
Yeah, the foglets being removed is actually a bit hit on the modern Dagon decks, because most of the time they only run 2 fogs, the second one being from the Woodland Spirit.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Okay, I don't know. I think I don't know what's happening. Okay, so we look like we're answering with Alex Satter's. Am I seeing Alex Satter? We switch perspectives?
Oh yeah, I guess we are watching the second part of this game right now, and we are watching Alex Satter's hand. His hand is actually pretty decent, but he has no clear in hand and no goals that actually hurt the monster deck. All he can do right now is hope that he doesn't get pushed too far in round 1.
Okay, so we're looking at a nice. If I'm looking at the same thing, y'all, we're looking at a nice little split screen, to where you can see both players' hands and perspectives. It's interesting, a staggered screen. Yeah, you're right. Interesting. Both carry immune boost. That's something that came across later on because of the mirror matches you run on ladder. Shu is on a nice commanding lead, 23-6.
Yes, and it's actually pretty hard turn for Alexander because he has to keep up with board pressure,
Exactly.
or he will be out of the round.
Yeah. What do you think he does? You think he just goes? Does he look for the Frightener to get out of his hand, or does he save it off, or just put those keeps on?
He's trying to keep up with placing carryover cards, so if he goes out of the round next turn, he has something to play with in the next round.
Very good, yes. Do you think we're going to see Spear Tip here?
I don't think it's too early for it. Spear Tips is usually best when you have high roll stacking.
Very good, very good. Here comes the immune boost. He's keeping those eggs protected. This is in the Monster Mirror. I'm sure that if you've played Gwent, you've played it on the ladder, you've played Dagon, Monster Swarm. So this is high-level players playing this deck. Very tough deck to compete against it. I'm sure everyone's aware of. Let's see. Well, Alex Satter has some. He's tough. He's tough. He is ahead on cards. I think that's a good call. I like the Fire Elemental play there.
He's hoping to pop the eggs, but only 1 egg is down. Still, Shu has no more carryover to set up but he still got 7 in the next round.
Yeah. This could be a nice lacerate.
Yes, Lacerate is very good right now because it would counter potential Commander's Horn, but as we see, Alexander has no Commander's Horn in his hand, so it may be just a bait on his side.
Yeah. Now, do you think it's time for the spear tip? There we go. The spear tip
Yes,
play.
spear tip is very good play here.
Yeah, it was a good call by you. Definitely he let him. That was a good play by Shu as well, letting that board develop and then hitting a really nice spear tip there. Now, this will be interesting. Now this is Alex Setter's in a really tough position here. We see the cards and he has in hand. Caretaker will have no value right now. He could try to develop more keep, or he could lacerate himself.
I think it's actually the best for him to pass right now.
I think
that's
so
what
too.
I would do in this situation.
Yeah. I think a pass is the best play.
Yes, he did it. He passed.
Yeah, that was the right play. I think that was the right play because he saw what was coming. And he still keeps his eggs in this way.
So he only needs 1 point of carryover, but he still needs 1 card to play.
Yeah, Shu played that very well. Alex Setter played that very well. Really good play. Both of them have Frighteners now, so that'll be interesting. Shu draws his second Crone. That's not something to make him happy, but he gets 2. Wow, he runs 2 Lacerates. Nice. So you think he runs 2 Lacerates because you expected to see a lot of Dagon monster?
I think it's anti-Dagon tech, and probably it was designed to be played not in 1 round, so that the fact that he got double lacerate right now is not intended.
Right. Yeah, he's just not happy about it. Let's hopefully it helps him here. I think he went Frightener right off the bat. Just drop that Frightener.
I think it's actually better for him to just pass right now, because Frightener will give him 1 card advantage. He will lose with counter Frightener.
Very good. Good call, and I think Shu must have been on the same wavelength there, and he plays it. So Shu's feeling pretty good right now. He is they're even on cards, but because Alex Sater won that round, he'll go first, which means Shu has the last card played. We'll have the ability to have the last card played. They both have Frighteners, so that'll cancel each other out. So Shu will go last, which is very important in this matchup.
Also, one of the most important things that Shu runs Crones, and with it he runs a huge tempo swing.
Yes, I love Crones. I love the Crones.
Which one do you like the most?
I like Brewis. I think Brewis is my favorite. If I had to pick one.
Because she's 8, right?
Right, because she's a bigger lady. I like bigger ladies, I guess. And the story. Did you play The Witcher 3, by the way? The story of them is so good. Well, here we go. We're gonna put some tokens on the board. So he has some targets for his Thunderbolt. Is he gonna lacerate here, you think, right off the bat, or just put the fog down?
Lacerate is very good play because it denies potioning, it denies any buffing to the throw, but he decides to fog it. Actually, the fog in his hand is not good card because Woodland Spirit does actually the same, and he loses Woodland Spirit value. And Alex Sator's hand is pretty good right now because he can get a Woodland Spirit with Gales and then get a second Silver, probably Commander's Horn with Frightener.
Oh, very good. Yes, indeed. Good call. I think we're going to see he brings out the ladies, putting the ladies out there. Or is he going to go Lacerate? I think Lacerate's the play here. Or maybe Yennefer. Yennefer might not be bad. Popping everything.
Yennefer is good as the last play in the round always because you damage the whole board. The more targets you get, the better the play.
Very good.
And seeing that he actually keeps the Spirit and Crones right now, he has to hold Yennefer for as long as possible. I think Lacerate is the best play.
I mean, you have 2 of them. Might as well use one now. Oh, no, he's going with the Crones. Maybe putting some pressure on Alex Sater and see what he has. There comes the he's gonna kick himself if that Thunderbolt potion comes down because he's gonna hold that Lacerate and really kick himself if he didn't hit that Lacerate when he sees this Thunderbolt.
Yeah, the Thunderbolt comes out.
Now we got to see a lacerate, I would imagine. I don't know. Or maybe a Frightener. It's interesting. This is tough play. Yeah, Frightener. Stacking that row to get the most value out of lacerates, double lacerates. So smart. Karen Thier
he
has
gets
to
a
feel good
goal.
about that. Yeah. He has a
So
lot of defense. Sorry.
what's the best play of Alexator's turn right now?
I think Frightener, right? Just to so he has more.
I think Karanter. Karanter is better.
Just to start the points taken away. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He can't actually counter Frightener because he wants the silver. He really, really wants the silver to win.
Mm-hmm. We got to see. I would think he's really holding on to those lacerates for the big hit at the end. Gonna put the Woodland Spirit out. This is tough play. This is where it's really interesting in this mirror matchup. This is gonna be a great end. This is gonna be a great first game.
This will probably get answered by Huck. One way or the other. He either going to lacerate or to clear. I don't sure what he will choose, but any of these options is very good. He's
What
going
do you think?
lacerate.
Lacerate? I think lacerate, right? Yeah. Oof. Boy, this is a lacerate fest we're about to see here. First lacerate drops for Shu. You made the great call, Furry. That was a great call. Playing Yen last, so you can see the board state and get the maximum value out of her. It was a great call by you there. All right, here to get. What's he
he's
get?
going to Gales, a Woodland.
Did he get what? I can't see what he got.
You can see he's got a Woodland on the screen share.
Got it.
And he's got a Fiend. Fiend is actually not nice for him. So he's getting a Fiend and going to get a Woodland with Frightener. This is actually a good call because he wants to play the Woodland last, but Shu has so much card advantage right now that it's not going to matter, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Well, Karen Thier is going to hit the board for Shu, I believe, here. Oh, sorry. I apologize. It was Alexander's turn. He does get the Woodland Spirit. Good call. This is going to be close. I think GenCon, like you said, that's going to be the determining thing, is because it's going to blow up everything that Woodland Spirit brings to the board for Alexander, so that will probably be the win condition for Shu.
And because he already played 3 of his gold cards, Shu is absolutely sure that the last card is Woodland. And he absolutely sure that the last card is Woodland in his hand because the Woodland is the top card and he just drew it. So yeah. I think the only correct way of playing it is to play Karanter and then play Yen.
You're right.
Should be a free win?
I would think so. Yeah, I would think so. I think he played it really well. It was a good call. Yeah, it's definitely going to be enough. So here comes Woodland Spirit, which
is 5.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Breaks it down. That's just 5-point gold because everything else is going to go bye-bye. How happy you think Shu was to see that? And there it goes. The boom. Yen's going to drop the bomb, and Shu is going to take this first round. 2-1. First game, I should say. It's going to be more than enough. I think it's going to be more than enough. Oof. Just enough.
Yes, yeah. Very nice game from by Shu and Alexander.
That was great. Exactly. 26-23. You can't ask for anything better than that. Great sequencing from Shu. Alexander played it very well. Great sequencing from him, getting the Woodland Spirit and using it the right way. So Shu plays, goes on, moves on, Or is it? No, it's best of 3, isn't it?
It's best of 3.
Yeah, best of 3.
Should be
So he's
best
up
of 3.
1-0, and so we have another game between these two. So what'd you think? What was your opinion of that first match?
Well, this match was actually really good, and now the main question that remains is how will players tech their decks to win against each other? Because
How would
now
you
they
tech?
can adjust with the sideboards they got.
What would you use if you were using a monster Dagon going against another monster Dagon? What are some cards you think they'd want to add?
I think that for Alexator, if he has Spear Tip or Yennefer, that would be a nice switch in.
Yeah.
And for Shu, I think that maybe, just maybe, you swap in an Oakwist if you got it in the sideboard. But it can be. It may not be in this sideboard because sideboard is only 8 cards in this tournament.
That's interesting.
You can switch anything.
Yeah. Aquafist is a very interesting call, especially because he doesn't run Crones. At least we didn't see Crones. I don't think he had Crones in that deck. Aquafist would be interesting for board control and for a nice little swipe. So that'd be interesting to see. So I think we're ready for the second game. And we are going to see Shu versus Alex Sater. And Shu is up 1-0 in this best of 3. The winner goes on to face the loser of the winner's final. And here we go. Dagon. Really powerful faction. Oh, I think obviously you dropped the Foglets.
He has 3 Harpies. Oh, he's finished.
It's pretty good, especially with that Commander's Horn. He's feeling pretty strong. That is a nice opening hand.
He has really a lot of points on the board.
Right?
It's Crowns plus Commander's Horn plus Spear Tip plus Woodland Spirit, just tons of points if it's not shut down.
Oh yeah, he's feeling happy. That's about his best draws you could get. I can't think of one that'd be even better. Maybe, yeah, that's about it. Caranthir. Now it's interesting he runs Caranthir instead of Triss Butterfly. I guess Triss Butterfly at this point is starting to get phased out.
Actually, I can't say about the meta as a general, but in the somewhat high meta, there are no Triss Butt already. It was over about a week ago, because this deck is easily countered by any low weather you can play, like Frost or Rain, and they can't do anything about it.
That's a good call. Yeah, because you run into that with Triss Butterfly, if they hit the weather, you're just basically pumping up one creature that's getting hit by the weather, so it neutralizes her pretty effectively. Oh, we see some keys. We see some Harpies. You kind of expect Harpies, really. Probably, I was thinking about this the other day. I don't know if you agree with this or not, but I think the Harpies are the most powerful bronze card in the game.
It's the most powerful bronze card in the game. Let me think for a bit.
Yeah.
I will give you the answer on the stream.
Let you digest that. Just drop that on you. All right, so we see the Fog to counter the Harpies again. And Shu's really in a good position here. Really strong position.
It's really interesting that Shu runs absolutely no Frost damage in his deck, because Frost is considered to be the main counter for the Harpies. But he has only Fog and still succeeds.
Yeah, I run Fog in mine as well, so I like the Fog. Just to thin out the deck. Sometimes you get to draw those stupid Foglets and you're stuck with them. So here we go. We see the Earth Elemental come down, and he's very smartly playing ahead. And if you're new to Gwent, you want to stay ahead on points, especially it's just good. Obviously, that makes sense. But if you're going second, in this case, Alex Sater is going first, so he has to very much be aware that this next play is always ahead. Otherwise, his opponent can pass and leave him in a very vulnerable position.
Yes, a lot of people who play even at high ranks are actually susceptible to card advantage plays. So they play low tempo, they play like an automatic. They play, for example, Skellige, they play ship, they play second ship, and they don't look opponent's board during that time and get -2 card advantage to the second round, and it's actually pretty much a lose at this point.
Yes, sir. Exactly. Now we just talked about card advantage. This is tough. Now great play, Commander's Horn play, very aggressive play. He's forcing Shu to come up with 20 points, or at least a good answer. And this is going to put him in tough
Well,
positions. He has a lot of...
he can play just Crones, and it compensates for any advantage he's got, because Crones is the most tempo play a monster deck can get. It's 20 points right out, and no other monster card with no conditional setup can do that.
That's right. Very good. You're right. Clear Skies hits the board. Shu counters the Dagon Fog, clears it out, keeps his Crones alive and kicking. This is another great match between these two. Really high level play.
Well, he clears the fog on Crones, but that doesn't remove the foglets because the fog on the opponent side is still present.
Very good.
It achieves nothing.
So he is up 43 to 40. He could pass here because even -2, he's still up ahead. He's going to keep on playing, obviously. Hey, look what you called it right. Look at you. Puts in Akvist.
I don't think it's this turn is not trying to trigger Akvist precisely, but it's kind of telegraphs to the opponent that he wants to push him out of this round, because if it stays for 4 turns, the Alexator will gain card advantage, and if he passes right now, he will not gain card advantage, but he will win the round.
That's right.
It's a very tough decision on the Shu part.
It was a great tech choice, and you're right, especially if you think about it from Mon's perspective. If he's it stops Shu, for those that don't know, it stops Shu from putting down his Harpies, because that Akvist, if it procs and he doesn't have a way to stop it, will decimate the eggs, because it does 1 damage to his whole side of the board, which will pop all the eggs. So a really good tech choice for card advantage and for stopping eggs. Really good play by Alexator.
You can only play Harpies after the Akvist if you plan on passing next turn for Akvist not to trigger.
That's right. So you're thinking he's going to put maybe a Commander's Horn down on the Crones?
If he has to fight it, but I don't think he will. From my perspective, the best play for Shu right now is to put a Harpies and then pass with a better carryover than his opponent, so he can outright pass on the next round. But this Frightener play will probably wreck this plan.
This is some great plays. I love casting this tournament. I've had the honor to do it every time, and it's just amazing the quality of players you see. So yeah, a good pass there by Shu. Another good play.
This is actually really good because Alexator, judging from his hand, can't overcome in 1 card, whatever he does.
Yeah. I think Shu probably remembers that he doesn't have a Crone. Even if he had the Crones, it'd only be 20 points. He'd still be 1 down minus the 2 from the fog. So, yeah.
And the Lacerate is only 15 points.
Yeah, it's a tough position. Great pass by Shu.
And
Alexator,
even Lacerate with Hug is only 18 points.
Yeah. He's got a pass. I think that was a great pass. I don't think there's much he could do. You have to go way down in card advantage to win this round. I don't think he wants to do that.
He will go only 1 card down because of Akvist. So he plays 1 card right now. He plays 2nd card. Akvist returns to hand. So it's only 1 card down. I see. Akvist will trigger now, and it will return to hand. If he calculated correctly, he didn't.
Yeah, but I say because there's not enough cards on Shu's side to get a big value from. He only got like 7 points for Akvist there, but then he loses 6 because Akvist goes away, so he gained 1. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, he's in trouble. It's not looking too good.
Yes, Alexator is actually in a tough place right now. It's 2 cards down for him, and he has 0 carryover to going in the next round. So he can't even dry pass now.
No, he's in deep. He's not feeling good right now. It's not a good position for him to be in. It's not over. If he gets a Frightener, possibly he can get some card advantage back. But we see that Shu has a Frightener.
He already played the Frightener in the first round.
That's right. Yeah. You're right. Not looking good. So he's just gonna put as much carryover as he can on the board.
It's actually 3 card advantage for Shu if he plays it correctly in this round.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not looking great. It's not looking great. Especially considering that he doesn't use Crone, so he has no real big burst. That was a good. That was a good Thunderbolt potion.
I think he's checking out the graveyard right now to choose what he wants to resurrect for the carryover to the next round, if it is possible. He wants to try to bleed the Shu's hand out of the big stuff like potions, commander's horns, but it won't be successful if it continues.
Yeah. And what you want to do if you're in this position, if you are Alex, you're definitely trying to drain the hand, like Furry said, and you want to get up enough head-on points to where you can make the opponent play a card and then another card to beat you. But right now, Shu is just is ahead of him, which is making it even worse. He's hoping right now, if you're Alexander, that Shu's play here does not exceed and pull him ahead. So he's hoping for a 10-point play. So he doesn't. Yeah, no. Shu again adroitly dodges that and puts some more pressure down.
So unless Alexander draws some completely magical card next turn, I don't think he can win.
I think it's pretty good. I mean, this is yeah. Shu is gonna put that Caranthir down because he also it's right now it's a fight at high levels. It's a math battle. So he's trying to make sure he puts the pressure on, stays ahead, thus ensuring maximum card advantage next round. Ooh, he drops Woodland Spirit here. Interesting.
He needs 12 points, and the only way to get it is via Woodland Spirit. But Woodland Spirit is actually... Oh, it's 14, yeah. Anyway, he has no protection.
So good calculation by Shu. Caranthir would not have been enough. As you point out, he got 14 from Woodland Spirit, so he's ahead. And right now, Alexander is not feeling great.
So basically, he can just Commander's Horns, range draw, and pass.
Yeah.
You can't overcome it with any cards.
Yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. If you're an Alexander fan, you're not feeling great right now. If you're a Shu Plays fan, who's got quite popular as a streamer lately, you're feeling pretty happy. He hits. Wow, he's going in. He's gonna try to drain as many resources as he can. Not a bad play. I mean, keeping it. Like I said, he's trying to get ahead of him so that Shu plays a card. It's not enough and has to play another card to minimize the card advantage he's going up against. But Shu is also aware of that, and he is.
So basically, there is no play right now that gets Shu to the leader to the leader position on points.
Right. So Alexander
basically Harpy is the best play right now.
And then Commander's Horn.
If it's needed.
Very good.
If he plays Commander's Horn, he might as well play Frightener right now.
Right.
Just to swap a card.
Exactly. Very good call. Very good call. Very good call. Because then he can play the 10. He still wins by 2, and he gets a better card in his hand. Oh, he passed with the Frightener.
He can still mulligan it. It's not a big deal.
That does leave a chance for Alexander. He's just gonna kick the Frightener.
Yes, it's a good call.
Yeah.
Kick the Frightener, get another Lacerate.
Right. All right, so there's the Lacerate, and Caranthir, pretty good. And there's the immune boost. And it's really important sequencing there, because if you play the Caranthir, he wouldn't have got as much value as he does by playing it later. This is almost Shu is showing us the art of sequencing here.
So this Grave Hack is actually really good stuff, because it would do damage to the only units Shu left. Shu has left on the board, but this potion just did prevent it.
Yep. Woodland Spirit hits the board. Good card for him if Shu didn't have that giant Lacerate that's going to decimate that back row. And that's a great play by, again, sequencing. So he could just hit the lacerate here, or he could use Karen Thier to group more units on that back row to lacerate even more damage.
But he would risk getting Commander's Horn.
Ah, there you go. There you go. And that's what Shu's thinking right now. Great call by Furry. Once again, shoutcasters say, I'm Shifu with the cards, and with Furry's making all the great points. I'm just kind of along for the ride.
No, you are not. You are making good calls, and actually, you are better than me in this.
Oh no. So he goes for it. He drops Karen Thier, pulls the wolves into the back row. Said, Commander's Horn be darned. And now the hag will come.
Oh, he knows he used the Commander's Horn in the first round. So
that's right.
Not Commander's Horn.
Alexander says, you're not going to lacerate my board. I'm going to lacerate my board. Very good 2-game set. Shu advances with a 2-0 win over Alexander. From my perspective, great plays, great sequencing by Shu, and also really good plays by Alexander. I think he showed himself very well.
Yeah, that's right. It's a very nice game, and while most people think Dagon on Dagon matchups are really not that entertaining to watch, but we just saw that sequencing in the later rounds is very important and very interesting to analyze.
I thought so. I mean, I think Dagon on Dagon is fascinating to watch. I've seen a bunch of them in the shoutcasting. They're very powerful, so they make it to the finals quite a lot. And it really is sequencing. It really is positioning. It really is carryover. It's a very I think it's interesting. It's like a chess match to me. All right, so Shu is going to advance into the losers bracket. He is successfully won. And now the next match is Locken versus Seif. And I just want to say I'm being unbiased, although Seif is my teammate on House of Cards. So
you're playing the House of Cards.
Yeah. We played against Garuna's team this week, and I can't tell the results because it's going to be it's one of the show matches, I think. But yeah, so Seif is a teammate of mine, a really great player. So he's going to go against Locken, and I believe that's the winners final. Yeah, it is the winners final. I just want to say we are being produced by Puzzle, who's amazing to work with. So it's a lot of fun. So this is the winners final. The loser of this will face Shu Plays, and the winner will obviously go on to the finals. So what are your thoughts? What are you thinking? Did you play Seif or Locken in the tournament?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
but
so we are.
I hope I'm going to meet them as a teacher. With you.
Yeah, I hope we do. I know Seif is a Skellige master, so if I'm guessing, I'm going to say Seif is playing Skellige, and I don't know what Locken will play. So this will be interesting to see. I think we're ready to load it up. All right, so it looks like Locken is playing Soyatel, and there we go, Skellige, yes.
Aitne versus Bran.
Discard.
This is a classic discard deck, by the looks of it.
Yes, it is.
No real difference. The most problems with the discard decks, I can say, in this tournament, because they are very tough to tech. Their silvers are pretty much locked in, and you can't make choices depending on your opponent.
That's a great observation. Codexel, the other teammate on House of Cards, he said the same thing. We were talking about different matchups. Skellige is pretty much straightforward to what they want to do and how they want to accomplish it. There's really no deviation of the plan. It's just hard to stop them from getting what they want done.
Still, the Seif doesn't have a pretty good hand because he still has 2 riders in his hand and 1 Freya. That's the one you don't want. You don't usually want to have that, unless you got Ermion. And on the other side, we see a Locken Gwent playing a Scoia'tael deck. I think it's a general Scorch deck, but with a fine king with an addition of Siri, which should allow him to gain card advantage in second round or gain a loss in his favor in the first round.
I totally agree. I like Siri. I've always just been a big fan of Siri as a card advantage tool. And there we see a ship hit the board.
I'm a big fan of Siri in general, not just as a card advantage tool.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the character too. I like the books and of course the game. She is a good character. Yeah, so Soytail control. I don't think this is a good matchup for Soytail because they want to put things in the graveyard, and Skellige really doesn't care too much about having things in the graveyard. So this will be a tough matchup for him, I think.
Yes, and the second point about this toughness of this matchup for Skellige is that all of their pirate captains are the same strength. So you can't play more than one in the third round because it's completely negated by Scorch.
That's a great point. That is a great point. He's gonna throw the boat. It's a battle of the boats right now. So this is interesting. The Soytail player is getting points off the brigade as he continues to pump up random cards in his deck. So he is not feeling bad about the round continuing. He'll just keep on getting points.
Actually, one of the interesting things I noticed is that Loken Gwent runs both Brigade and Hawkes supports that a lot of buffs to his own deck.
Okay. So, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Most of the guys runs only Brigade or supports. The ones that prefer direct buffs run supports, and Brigade just buff random targets. But he runs the Brigade and supports, both of them.
That's interesting. Now this is a tough situation. Now he's going to go, of course, not too tough. He's going to get value from the discard. Obviously, discard Saris, Morkvarg, and Olgierd, the standard. This is a really powerful combo. This Morkvarg Olgierd combo, because it keeps on bringing Saris back every round.
Why he did discard Olgierd though? He has Ermion. He can draw all that and have more value from it.
Just on the off chance he didn't get it, just being safe and put it in his graveyard, just to keep making sure Saris. That'd be my guess. My guess is just to make sure it's there so that he keeps on coming back. Plus, he has the 2 discard targets in his hand for Ermion. Those Raiders. This is interesting. That's a great point you made. That is one thing that he has to be aware of, that Scorch for those Raiders, or the captains, excuse me, later.
So I think Loken Gwent is probably going to kill Morkvarg at least once. With a second archer, if he is allowed to do it. To minimize the resurrections from my series.
Yeah, no, I agree. Think he drops Siri here? Puts a little bit of awkward play on the board?
I really don't think he drops Siri, because he still plans to win this round.
Okay, so he's still committed to it.
In general, it's easier to win the first round against Skellige than to win the second and then win the third.
Fair enough. Good point. It's a very good point. Well, it's a tough call. It's not that easy. It's a tough call. He could just go. We could go with Isengrim and drop Torville. Probably is my guess. What he has in his deck. Torville and Morin. Yeah. Wow.
Morin didn't do much here.
Yeah, Torville's definitely the play. Put right between those archers, or to the right of them. Locks, beautiful play by Seif, locking that Torville.
Did you get what he discarded?
What did he get? Did you see?
No.
Oh, darn it. You know it's something important. That's one thing about, there's a lot of hate of Donar, because of the way he can just get a random card, and it's always an important one, it feels like, if you're playing against Skellige.
And they can actually resurrect it.
Right. You're right. Yeah. That's very key, specifically depending on what they get. But you're right, and they can use it against you. Well, tough plays here. It's a tough position. Because you know that Skellige can put points in a hurry on the board. And that's what you're talking about. He runs both buffs. There he goes. Beautiful play by Ermion. Ermion value. This might be my ignorance, but I don't see a lot of Skellige discards running Ermion, or is Ermion kind of now a staple in discard Skellige? I thought it was Madman Lugos had taken Ermion's place in that deck type.
And what's the fourth gold in that deck you see without Ermion?
I have Madman Lugos, Coral, Gigny, and
Ceres.
Ceres, yeah.
So Gigny. Interesting. I always thought Lugos does the drop press fine. But
I love Lugos. I see now he has Lugos. I'm sorry, I was just a stupid comment. So Gigny for Ermion. Yeah, I guess Ermion would be much better than Gigny.
So Loken Gwent is a tough situation right now. The only play he can actually make is he's going to turn Siri into a Scorch. But what for? Oh no, he's not.
Just gonna bait it out. Just gonna, it's a great play just to not even use it. It's still a 10-point gold,
and you still have a Scorch.
Exactly. And he gets 6 points off of the I can't remember the card's name. The elf that comes in. Aileron?
Aileron.
Yeah, Aileron. Going blank there for a second. Old age.
So I guess he can just play Siri now and pass, or just pass. It's
probably should just pass. I would think pass. Because he plays Siri.
He will still overcome with one Coral.
Yeah, you're right.
Coral is enough.
Yeah, it's a good call. You're right. That's the problem with playing Skellige. They have so many ways of bursting and switching that score. That's why he's taking so long. Loken Gwent's really kind of focusing on all the potential ways he could lose, which is hard when you're playing against Skellige.
That's why I suggested playing Siri, because if Coral is enough, then Siri just draws you a card. And if you play Siri and he passes, you win, and it's also good.
I think you're right. And there you called it. Beautiful call. Again, really seriously. Great call. Coral will come down, win the game, or win the round, I should say, excuse me. I think Siri would have been right. If he had Siri on board, they'd have been tied right there, 51-51. So Sif takes round one, and here we see the Ceres plays. There comes Morkvar, here comes Olgierd, and it reduces the cost of bringing Ceres out by just 2 Resurrects. And he has a lot of Clan Dunham Pirate Captains. He's going to kick them, of course, because, like you said adroitly, that if he has too many, they're just going to get scorched. So he had to kick one.
So on the Sif side, I would just write out pass.
Exactly. Exactly, I would too. Or maybe play that skirmisher, but I doubt even that.
You still have a lot of different units with different strengths, so even Scorch is not so damaging to you.
Exactly
but
right.
On the Loken Gwent side, he had Siri and he had a Spy. These are 2 cards he doesn't want, actually, because he lost the first round, so I don't see what his strategy can be right now.
And that's tough right there. You see the beauty, from my perspective, the beauty of Skellige is he made him play 12-point cards he didn't want to play in round 2, but he had to get over that 7-point hurdle that just by having those Resurrectors came back. But Morkvark will not come back, though, so he did not automatically proc him. Olgierd will come, and there comes Ceres. Okay, just needed 1. I apologize. So there it is. Because Morkvark resurrected in the previous round. That was the 3rd, and then now Olgierd is the 4th. So that's the power of Skellige. They can keep... Oh, that's not good, having all those pirate captains. That is not good. However, he has card advantage.
Card advantage can allow him to play a second pirate, but the third pirate has to be staggered, and the only way to do it with his current hand is to play Lugas on the pirate, but he uses Lugas to directly remove the buffing stuff from the enemy board.
Ooh.
So he's just walking into the Scorch with 3 pirates at 17.
Now this is a crazy idea, but what if he puts a fog on his row and puts one of those captains in it? How crazy would that be?
It's actually an interesting play. I guess it can work.
And there comes the 12. There comes the spy. A lot of points on the side of Skellige.
He will be resurrected skirmishers.
Yeah. 40-0. They're staring down the barrel of a really big gun. Man.
So even if he scorches 3 pirates,
it's still 40 points. Right. It's still 40 points. Now that's actually going to help him. That
it
will
will
help
stagger
him.
pirates. Yes.
Right. Yeah.
And he actually knows it's Moraine because nobody plays the other drops.
Right. Exactly. I mean, he can safely play it. Now, but if he does play it, it takes 5, right? It takes 5 away, so it'd be dangerous.
Wouldn't trigger. Why? This turn is actually strange.
Well,
He
I
knows
think
he's walking into Scorch. Why does he do it?
Well, because I think doesn't Morin hit for 5? And if she did that, it would bring that pirate captain in line with Yavin for a 24-point scorch. That's
smart.
my guess.
That's smart. You see? You make better calls than me.
Every now and then I get lucky. All right, here we go. So he's going to drop Bran. I don't know how you pronounce it. I never do.
I think it's Brian.
Okay. 35-11. It doesn't look like Scoia'tael's gonna have enough points, honestly, to overcome this. Great plays, just great plays by Sif. Knowing the stacking the points, keeping it underneath that 12.
Oh, probably first light now comes out.
Yep, exactly. It's got to be first light. He's gonna save it. He's gonna try to use the scorch, and then Athene the scorch back again, or Ethne, excuse me. Ethne the scorch back again, but it's not gonna be enough. There's too much staggered damage in there. And he's not scoring enough points to make use of the. Well, let's see. I don't know. The last rate will help. Okay.
That's the thing he hoped for in round 1, I guess.
Yeah. He has trimmed the deficit down, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to scorch to 17. And then
Scorch another 17.
Scorch another 17. But it's not trimming that 42 down. It's just trimming the addition of 42. Of course, Saskia. And not going to be enough, even without the other 17. All right. So Sif takes the first round. Good play. It's just the power of Skellige. It's just too strong. It's a lot of points, and he staggered it really well. Yeah, what do you think? What were your thoughts on game 1 there?
This game was actually pretty interesting. I wonder how Sif is going to tech against Scoia'tael. But I think Locking Gwent has a really tough matchup because the Scoia'tael decks are usually unfavored to Skellige.
Great play of killing Grimace. Puzzle had a great comment. It's a great play of killing Grimace for Siegfried target. So he's saying that he saw that it was Morin. He knew he could get Grimace back, so we went ahead and let him use the Morin on the Grimace to bring Siegfried to bring him back. It's a good point by Puzzle. I agree. I don't think Sif is going to really change anything, to be honest with you. I don't think he needs to. I think he's just going to go ahead and try to power him out. This is Sif's MO. He just plays Skellige and just beats you up.
Okay, let's see how it goes.
All right, I think we're ready for game number 2. Seif, and we'll see how the Soitel player teched against Skellige. Maybe teched in weather. Maybe Skellige Storm.
I don't even know what to say. I really have to think it out for the future tournaments. How do you attack a Squirtle against Skellige?
Right? It's not easy. I mean, you don't want to see it. Skellige is very tough. Always been very strong, even without the bears. The hated bears. All right. So
he
he
got
has
2
ships. Yeah, he got the ships. And it looks like Lock and Gwen has kept Morin in hand and Torville in hand. I'm sure that's not something he wants to see.
And he has Isengrim also, so
Yeah.
it's that gold. Unless he mulligans for second round.
He is not looking at a great draw there. Is he going to go with a mercenary, try to find a thunder to take out that boat? I wonder. Maybe Morin? Yeah, he's looking for the thunder. And he gets
Yes, he
the thunder.
found it.
Yeah, that's got to be a good feeling. Come on, thunder. And of course, it's just going to be Seif's going to throw his other boat. And of course, he can resurrect it because he has a Priestess of Freya. And that's the problem, whereas a Scoia'tael deck is very good against other decks, Skellige doesn't really care if it kills too much. It's just going to bring him back. Which is a little disheartening for a Scoia'tael player. He does have Ciri in hand, though, again. I think you made the right call game 1. If you'd have used Ciri, it would have been interesting.
You can actually still use Ciri. He will be 7 against the 6.
Exactly.
And it will be wasted boats.
Okay, so he's trimming down those boats. Seif is going to use the boat while it's there. I know he's my teammate, but I really enjoy watching Seif play. He's a heck of a player. I've got a chance. He's been in the championships and a lot of tournaments. I've got a chance to call a lot of his games, and he is just very, very good.
I find it somewhat light that both of these players do not take their time making turns. We haven't seen a rope yet.
That's a good point. You're right. Seif knows what he's going to do. I mean, Seif, he really does. He's played it so much. He's stayed with Skellige from the very beginning, all the way through, no matter how weak, or it's always been pretty strong. But even when the down times, he's always stayed Skellige. So he knows exactly what to do against any matchup. And the Soitel player there's not a lot of options in that hand he has. It's gonna be tough. What would you do here? Would you because you have to get ahead on points, or do you pass? Can't pass.
Can't pass. You can't pass. He already used his leader, so it's no way of passing here. You just have to take the punching from this board.
Boy, he's looking down the barrel. He's just getting smashed by this deck now.
I actually think that the best play was to make a scorch from Shiro and burn the boss altogether when they were coming from the resurrection, if they would come from the resurrection.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
But it's no longer possible, so...
What would you do? I mean, you can't put Morin just for tempo reasons. You're already down you're just down too much. You put Morin down, he's just going to pass. So he puts Morin, I don't know. I think he's just going to pass here.
You can bait with Ciri and go 1 card down, and then use Yavin to get this card back, but it actually doesn't do anything good because he already discarded carryover.
Well, I mean, he's I really don't know where to go here with him. I think you have to do Shiro here. Just to at least get 10 points. But I don't think you turn anything.
I think he will Ciri. I think he has to get out of this round already, because actually he will get punched further. can try to get Ireland, he can try to get stuff out, but it's very costly for him. It takes too much of his cards to beat him right now. He uses Brian now on the ship, but the ship already did a lot of damage.
It did. It did. Uldralik comes down, Uldralik. I mean, again, pronunciation terrible. But that's the beautiful thing about that. He gets some scavengers out there, or raiders, I should say, and it neutralizes the damage that Uldralik did. Now I think you put Ciri down, right?
He can try to bamboozle with Torvale. He has to get 8 for it also.
Sure. What's he gonna do? Is he just gonna bluff it? Yeah, that might as well. I mean, might as well, because Distant Grim wasn't gonna have any value. You already had the traps in hand.
Till the Scorch is dead.
I'm thinking Soitel, he's playing a different tack. I think he's trying to win this in 2 rounds. I think he's trying to put Skellige out right away. Just step on him and win in 2 rounds. Seems to be very aggressive.
Is it best of 3 or best of 5?
It's best of 3 still. The championship will be best of 5, but the winner, the deck, the player that goes in from the winners final will be up 1-0 to start the game. Changed from last round. Puzzle got caught off guard there a little bit last time. So he does. You're right. He goes ahead and puts Torville down. So that'll at least Seif knows that counts for 6, 8, 10, 12. So as far as Seif knows, it's 50 to 31. But of course we know it's +3, so it's 53 to 31 right now. Is Seif going to keep on playing? Is the question. The captains are staggered, so he doesn't have to worry too much about Scorch being that devastating. Ciri?
He can actually play Yavin now. It would be still win for him.
Good call. That's right. Yavin. Good call. Yeah, because it would make it 54 to 59, 11, 13. 9, 11, 13, 15, 54 to 50. He would lose, though. He'd be down by 1 after Torville popped. Now, if Seif knows that and he can't know that. Well, he thinks it's 6, 8, 10, 12, 50. So he should pass here. If it's Seif, he may play Morgvarg, though. But hopefully Lock-in knows that he is not winning with that. Well, he'll know when he passes. He'll be down by 1. Yeah, you're down by 1 point. Good play. Just go ahead and drop the Ciri. Get it out of your hand. Oh, no, you'll need it for next round. So you get card advantage back next round. So keep Ciri. I guess just go with an Elven Merc. Then the deck down a little bit. Win the round. Yeah, Madrone will have no use against Skellige, so you might as well just use Madrone to pump up one of your guys and get it out of the deck.
Why do he run some Ardroid with such many Scorches? It's kinda weird.
It is weird, especially because you're going against Skellige, where I guess you could use it on the Pirate Captains, so I guess it wouldn't be that bad. Did get a good deck fin out of it.
So, okay, Squirtle wins the first round. We are going to get some Ciri action.
Definitely. He's got to be happy. I mean, he did go 1 card down to do it, but he does have Ciri, which will get that back. And
probably drops the Sasuke out.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely don't want that card in your hand. And gets a Scorch. So he is scorched up. He is ready.
Like a fire festival.
Exactly. Not only does he have those 2 in hand, but he can get one back with with Ethne. And there we go. He gets the res. Sif is happy. He's good. Is he a pass here, you think?
He can still play one Scorch just to bleed out a card, but I don't think it's necessary. He can waste a Mark Doesn't actually do much because he can't Mark draw completely all gate.
Right. You're right. I mean, I think he just passes here. I don't think he's still not in a good position. He's still way down on card advantage. Lock and Gwen's not looking great. It's just far from over though. Sif, oddly enough, Sif wants this to continue because he wants to play Morkvarg here. He is not at all unhappy about that. He's going to drop Morkvarg right here.
So let's see how it goes.
I'm wrong. Beautiful play by Sif. Just letting that. He's like, keep on scorching it. It's just going to get bigger. There's the inherent problem in this matchup for Soitel. They remove, Skellige brings back stronger. It's just really tough. And Sif knows it. Sif knows that that's what he has. He also knows that the Soitel player does not have a lot of offense inherently, so he just keeps on bringing back more offense.
So does he pass round?
I think he has to.
It's an interesting. He wants to burn more. So he has only one Scorch.
And Sif's just going to play Morkvarg. Or he's not even going to play Mork. I guess he's waiting to play Morkvarg at the very last just to get max value. I would have played Morkvarg there. Now Sif knows better than I, believe me. But because he would resurrect and help trigger Ceres round 3.
So this is the last captain.
This is it. And he's going to get Murdrone. So he's obviously going to play Murdrone here. Because that's the only target that Sif has that he can Murdrone.
Yep, you're right.
But he has to. And then Sif can make the read. He's got to play.
I think he actually thinks about if he has a Borg ready. So he can't play it if he plays a card right now.
You know what? I'm sorry that I doubted Sif. I see the brilliance of his plan now. He always knew he had Ermion. He was going to use Ermion to discard Morkvarg to go to the play anyway. Sif is a beast. That was just a great play. I'm sorry, Sif, if you're listening or watching on YouTube. That was a great play. He didn't have to play Morkvarg. He was going to use Ermion to play Morkvarg. Jeez, that's brilliant. Now, how do you, as Soitel, how do you get points? You have literally no cards. You have a 5-point Siri in hand. You're going to draw something not enough.
And 12 points from leader plus Sasuke.
Yeah. So it's tough. Sif's going to kick down. Yeah, well, that's not what he wanted to see. And probably Sif sees that as just a target for Blood Curdling Roar to make it an 11. I think we're seeing
he will use Morkvarg as a target.
Oh,
so
you're
it
right,
counts as a resurrection.
Sorry, you're right. Again, Sif and you, very good. Yeah. Yes, indeed. And then he'll get Ceres off of his Siegfrieda. Jeez, he's good. He's good.
So how do you win the Squirtle?
You can't. I mean, you really can't. I don't see that this possible, honestly. Here comes Siegfrieda and 17.
Okay, Scorch is 17, and then what?
Right. Yeah. He's gonna get 12 points. He'll be at 22. Sif will be at 29. And he'll win 29-22. He just has too many points for Soitel.
So this game is done. Sif is going 2-0.
Yep. So Sif is in the championship of the Passiflora. He's been here before. He did not win the last time he was in the championship. So we will see if Sif can claim that elusive victory in the Passiflora that he's been looking for. And now we go into Lock-in Gwent versus Shoe Plays, I believe, for in the next game to see who plays Sif in the finals. I believe. All right. So there we go. So Shoe plays against Lock-in Gwent to see who fights Sif's Skellige deck for the championship. This is a best of 3. I think we may need we might take a little break here. I think I'm not sure. Break. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna take a little, let's say a 2 to 3 to 5 minute break. 5-minute break, and we will be back to cast the rest of the Passiflora in 5 minutes. Sheaf with the cards and Furry, we are signing out for a little bit. I don't know if we are right, man, I'm back. I don't know if you can hear me, but I am ready. Ready, Freddy. Oh, yeah, I'm good. All right, welcome everybody. We are about to start the next match. Thank you for the little break. My friend Furry, he is eating, so we are going to. He's going to join us at a as the match progresses. No one knows more than I that eating is important, so we're gonna let him enjoy his meal. He's done a great job, added a lot to the cast. I'm glad he was able to attend today. So without further ado, we're gonna jump into the next match, which is going to be the winner will go into the finals to play Seif. So this will be, Lock and Gwent versus Shoe Plays. And here we go. So it looks like, well, you know that Lock and Gwent plays Soitel and Shoe Plays Monster. So this will be a very interesting match here. I want to thank again Puzzle for all his hard work. He makes this truly a joy to be a part of, and I thank him for his professionalism. So we're going to go look at the there's the double lacerate. He has one crone, gets the Frightener, and he is happy as can be with that. He has Commander's Horn, which is very, very good. He goes first, which is not generally what you want to see. You generally like to go second here. So he plays the Earth Elemental, getting that out of his hand, which gives him the ability to also have keep and carryover. Lock and Gwent is looking at his hand here. We're seeing he kicks out the Saskia. Obviously, he doesn't want that. He gets both he gets both traps in hand. Not happy to see that with Isengrim. So he kicks out some of them. So here we go. Now this is a better matchup for Soitel. Generally, if they have the Double-Thon of Trappers, it really does good against the monster token deck. So the control, we'll see how he fares here. Shu plays the Fog. Thins his deck, gets some Foggles on the board. Gets himself a good position early on. Puts that right momentum on his side. Isengrim's looking. He's going to go ahead and play a Brigade to just put some points on the board. He's in that Fog. He's not looking, not very happy with having the Fog. He has to have plenty of clear skies, though. Might think about using one here. Instead, he's going to use the Elven Mercenary to go ahead and look for different answers. He gets one of the clear skies that way. That way, he has more clear skies in hand that he can use for different purposes for clearing weather. Shoe Plays is probably going to put some Harpies down, I would imagine. Interesting. He's putting some serious tempo on Soitel. So one of the things we saw when Soitel was playing against Skellige is they don't have a lot of offense. They have a lot of defense, but they don't have ways of dealing with this pressure. A great play by Shu to put some points on the board and make Soitel have to answer it. Even if he has a Scorch, it's just going to take the 8. Okay. So 8, so he's in good position. He's just going to play. I think he's just put himself in position just to pass here, honestly. Or if he doesn't pass, use that Frightener for tempo. He does have the Double-Thon of Trappers, which is devastating against. Beautiful play by Shu. Oh, I'm so excited. That was a great play. Playing the Crones on tempo. What he'll make Lock and Gwent have to do is commit 1, possibly 2 cards, because a Scorch will not be enough. It will Scorch him for 12, but it will pop 2 of those Earth Elementals, which means he would still win. So if Lock and Gwent has to continue, he has to do more than 2 cards here, or more than 1 card to win. I can't think of another way he could get, unless he goes with his big play. Great play by Lock and Gwent, understanding the situation he was in. Not something he wanted to do, but he didn't want to lose round 1. And he had no other choice. That was his biggest play. And that's really the biggest Soitel swing he could do. So he takes round 1. A very, very good play. Great play by Shu for tempo. Great response by Locke and Gwent to take that round, just responding to a bad situation very well, I think. So here we go to round 2 of the game 1 to see who places Sif, the immortal Skellige player, in the finals. So he's going to kick out probably one of the lacerates, I would imagine, because Soitel doesn't have a lot of row stacking in there. One lacerate should cover any of that. The fog is a great pickup. So Shu plays is in a good position. We are not able to see Soitel's hand at this particular time, so we are all we're kind of in taking the perspective of Shu here. We don't know what he has per se, so we are just going to be stunned. So Eastern Grim hits the board, which will bring out tour reveal, I believe, or Morin, one of those two. And I don't remember if he played one of those in the previous round. I apologize. So Earth Elemental comes down. It was Morin. He hits the shield. He's behind the shield, does 5 damage. But really, Shu doesn't really care about that. He just wants the lesser Earth Elementals that'll proc after that goes into round 3 is what he hopes for. So Morin has hit the board. I still think he has Aileron. I don't think Aileron procced in that first round, but he might have. She might have, I should say. So here we go. This is where I miss Furry. See, Furry would remember these things, so. I already started relying on him. That would be Turuville. Turuville. I don't know how to pronounce it. And here comes the Harpies. Shu would like to get ahead on points, just to keep the tempo in his favor that he has got. He will fog that row. Interesting, because what he'll do is will pull him even at 11-11. And now Lockingham has a choice. He could pass here, which would probably be a good play, depending on what he has in his hand. But a good play, because what it'll do is it'll make Shu play at least one card to beat him, because of the fact that even though they're 11-11, as soon as Shu passes, that Turville will pop for 6 and then therefore 8 points. But he plays a Clear Sky here because he still puts him way up on tempo. So it's probably a pretty good play there by Locke and Gwen. I'm very impressed with Locke and Gwen, a very good player. So here we go. Shu plays really understanding sequencing and tempo and doing a great job with this deck. So here we go with the Seleno Harpy come down. And again, a great play by Shu. And one thing I noticed about Shu plays is that he thinks 2 to 3 turns ahead. So what he's doing, he's obviously setting up Commander's Horn here. A great play. Now, does Locking Gwen have a Lacerate? And that would be a really big play. I would assume he'd have at least one, being a Soitel kind of control deck. So he was probably going to look for that if he has an Elven Merc in hand. Because he has to know that even if it's not a Commander's Horn per se, you have to worry about the old Thunderbolt potion. Or Immune Boost, whatever the case may be. Instead, he's just gonna. That's good too. He's just gonna clear out. Well, he clears out some of the keep. Do you have anything why to do that? He actually made more targets for Commander's Horn. Commander's Horn can only affect 5 regardless. So it's going to be 5 either way. If he didn't have a Lacerate or access to a Lacerate, that was really his best play. And right now he is way behind and not feeling great. Shu has expertly staggered his points so that his Scorch would only affect 7. Scorches are not as effective against this type of deck because they're all kind of low and mini. So 7 doesn't do much. He's looking for, there it is, the Lacerate. I wonder why he didn't try that last before, but he still got the benefit of it, so it still works out. He would have popped the eggs if he'd done that previous. And because of Shu's tempo play in round 1, he's not able to Esne the Lacerate back again. So a great play. That Chrome play by Shu was very, very, very impressive and very hard for the Soitel player to deal with, and has put him in behind the 8 ball even into the second round.
I'm back, and what the first thing I wonder seeing this match is why didn't he move his units out with Caranter out of the Torville buff?
Ah, very interesting. Welcome back. First of all, I missed you. Just want you to say. back.
That's strange. I'm actually not that helpful.
So he's popping the eggs. He's trying to get rid of the keeps. Interesting. I think Shu has to keep playing because he has to win the round. He is way behind. Yeah, there we go. That's gonna help.
In general, playing Squirtle deck like this, you want to get in the round 3 with Scorch, Shiro, and Borg in hand. That's the best stuff you can actually get. But the hand of Locking Vent right now has only one card of this, so he probably tries to get the Woodland Spirit out, if he can do it.
I got you. So he's trying to bait out that Woodland Spirit because you don't want to see Woodland Spirit in round 3.
He has no actual way of dealing with Woodland Spirit.
Yeah.
So
right.
It's still 8 points, even if he uses Clear Skies.
Shu is happy to take this pass here. I don't think he's gonna. You think? I don't. Yeah. He doesn't want to put that Frightener down just in case. Just in case that Torvald had been pumped up and he wasn't sure, and it might have cost him the round there, and then for the game. Good play not using the Frightener there by Shu. Sometimes the best play is the play you don't make.
So we are going into round 3, and
Yep.
the Locking Grand's hand actually doesn't look that good. That's actually strange. What did you do them in round 1 while I was away? Why is his hand so bad against monster?
Shu played an amazing. He really played a great understanding of the game. He went ahead and hit the Crones early in round 1 and went up 32-6, I believe it was, and really made it tough. Soitel players still feeling the effects of that great play in the first round. Just so many points. Siri, not a great hand. But right now he has nothing. Well, he has the He's playing some points here. He's looking like he's got this. Yeah, I think he's got this round.
He just wants to play Leshen last, but he wants to still use his potion to the maximum, I guess.
You know how I can tell you're original Gwen player? Because you just referred to Woodland Spirit as Leshen, his original name on the when he first got released.
I always forget to use Woodland Spirit terminology.
No, it's good. It's good. I love the Leshen. That brings me back to the beginnings of Gwent. It's very cool. So he's going to go ahead and probably use Woodland Spirit here, or Leshen, depending on your preference, and put it over. Or just swipe. Interesting play by Shu. Really saving it for last, so he can't answer that. That was a great play. So by doing that, he can't answer a Clear Skies to Woodland Spirit, and therefore the immune boost will go on the Foglets unimpeded.
So it's 14 plus 9.
He's
it's
got
enough even without a potion.
Great plays. And again, Shu is showing the master of sequencing. Really, really special plays by Shu. And again, Locking Gwent played really well. It's just that he got outpaced by Shu with that Crohn's. Never could recover.
I really hope Shu still remembers my fake Siri.
Fake Siri?
Yes, I played this in the tournament with a fake Siri.
Oh, did you? Fake Siri, nice. Yes. So here we go. We're going into the second game. Again, this is a best of 3. Shu won the first round, so if Shu wins this next one, he will go into the championship versus Seif, my teammate from House of Cards. I can't say that enough. If Locking Gwent wins, we'll go to a third game. I think we're going to go ahead and get started. Lock it in. We had that nice little break. We're all jacked up on Mountain Dew, ready to go. All right.
So he probably should have tagged more against Dagon right now. Like, put in a Lacerate. Drop a Mardra.
Yep.
Let's see how it goes.
He's got to put more Lacerates in. I'm sure he has, if he didn't have 3 Dolpathon Trappers, I'm sure he does now. He has some Clear Skies in there. I see he has some Brigades. So I don't think he had that previously. I don't remember. He also has some Dwarven Mercenaries to pull away from Weather. So it looks like he has teched in some Weather choices here. Shu starts off with the Earth Elemental, not an uncommon play from monster players.
Yeah, the actual play is either elemental or a harpy, depending on what you get and what you prefer. But doesn't matter in this case, because he probably doesn't run any weather anyway. He's going to fog the Siege Row to prevent this from stacking too much.
It seems like a minor play, but it is very important because it does thin your deck down and gives you 8 points at least, even if he clear skies it, because you get the foglets for 6, the -2 for the fog, and you do thin them out because you don't want to draw foglets in the second round and have that be one of your kickouts. So it's a subtle thing, but that fog is a really good addition to the deck. I like it.
Probably going to clear it, I guess, because he has a lot of siege units, but he moves.
Yeah, and that's a tech. I think that's a tech. I think it's one of his sideboards. You have to expect to see Dagon at some point. So it's a very good choice to have at least some kind of clear skies or weather tech, anti-weather tread, if you will. And so Shu again says, okay, fine, I'll just keep on putting my keeps down. Not really concerned too much.
He has to remove this X fast, because if he buffs it, it won't be removable for any longer.
Yeah, very good call.
So he has to start singing his decks with Mercs and First Lights right about now. It's actually a tough choice. Should he put a second Dragoon, or should he start a Merc Chain?
I think we're gonna see. Yeah, he's gonna pop him. Interesting. He clears the shield. Interesting.
I think he's probably going to use Brian to remove the elemental, and then use a trap to remove the eggs and elementals altogether.
I got you. So he's playing. That's a good call. So he's setting up a bigger play, maybe a lacerate for the to finish them all off.
The problem with this play is that he's going to stack his middle row like crazy hard, and it's going to walk right into the old spear tip we see right there.
Yeah. So I wonder if Shu sees that and puts that heartbeat. Oh, I like that pass. I like that pass. He might have sensed what was happening and said, okay, you know what? Go ahead and pop it and use your brain or Brandy. I call her Big Red. I'm just gonna call her Big Red because I've never got that name right, and I never can.
It should be like, oh, this guy is doing something really strange, like who would pop a shield?
And he punished him, right? Exactly. And he really punished him for popping that shield. That 1 point would have made a big difference. So he punished him for it. But Lock and Gwent is not going to be a big fan of Shu at the end of this one. He might not be a subscriber anymore if he was. Great plays. What do you do? I mean, just go ahead and double-thon a Trapper if he has one. There it is, double-thon a Trapper. Pops the carryover. But
the Trapper.
But yeah, that will make it have more points.
Not enough.
Yeah, because you're popping them, but you're also then giving the point value. That has to sting the nostrils a little bit.
It's actually some random stuff, because the Harpy landed next to an elemental, causing him his Death Wish to trigger.
Ah, there you go. And probably he'll draw a lacerate here for clear skies. Either way, okay. So he did win round 1. He is down 2 cards, really 2.5 cards, because he'll have to start round 1. There are no keeps from Shu, which is somewhat good. I guess a moral victory-ish.
There's still a keep. He's got elemental still. It will be 4 points.
Oh well, never mind. I was trying to find a silver lining, but you just. I was thinking of some possible good that came of this, but nothing did. Nothing good came of it.
Actually, you don't want to be 2 points down the score at all. And he has only Yavin to play.
Oh, I know. He's in trouble. There's not no way to sugarcoat this. He's in deep trouble. Now, if he draws Siri, maybe we're starting to cook here a little bit. But Shu counters adroitly with the Frightener. Good play again by Shu.
I think Shu is really on the roll right now. He has no difficulties playing this matchup.
No, he's
As the
on a
first
great
game.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
As the first game went, the second game is pretty much similar.
Yeah, man, he's on a gravy train with biscuit wheels right now. So we see Karanthir come down. Just maybe. We don't see Karanthir because he's teasing us. We see Karanthir come down. There we go. Karanthir comes down, drops some frost down. Just putting some points. Understanding the matchup against Soitel, they don't have a lot of offense. A 9-point gold that does 2 a turn is pretty hard for them to overcome.
He is still trying to bleed him for some reason, but I don't see the point of it actually. He plays his cards, wasting it, because he has no Scorch, he has no combo for the round 3.
And Shu, again, noticing that he can just now pop some keeps for round 3. I see your point, you're right, and what he's doing is actually playing into Shu's hand because Shu's now able to develop his keeps. But he pops them, very good. So he's popping the keeps.
So you bought my Harpy, here's your next Harpy.
Right? Keep on. He's not going to run out of keeps, unfortunately, for the Soitel player, Lock-in Gwent, who's made a very good showing for himself. I just want to say, very, very good player. Shu plays is really steamrolling right now. And he's hoping for maybe a Lacerate. But it might be too early for a Lacerate because we know that Shu's going to develop more minions on the board.
He's still stacking middle row, going into the old spear tip anyway.
Mm-hmm. Aileron hits the board, does give him a little bit of point buff. But here comes Shu's like, okay, so here's some more Harpies. Enjoy.
Have another Harpy.
Yeah, have some more Harpies. And I've got an immune boost at some point I'm going to play, and there's not too much you can do about it. And in case that's not enough, I have Fire Elemental and Woodland Spirit. So things are looking good in Shu land. I think Lock-in Gwent might want to pass, depending on what he has in his hand, of course. I'm not sure, but he doesn't want to use his hero ability now. He wants to save it for the 3rd round. It's he's not in a great position. Of course we see Shu's hand and we see the veritable plethora of points.
It's 2 cards up, and Spy didn't help. It's pretty desperate for Lock-in Gwent.
It is. It's not looking great. It's not. It really isn't.
Yes, you can pop another Harpy. You can even pop an Elemental.
Once you pop, you can't stop. But unfortunately, he did keep all the keeps out. There's that. But he's going to put the tip in a painful way. And he has plenty of tokens for round 2, for round 3, for round 4. If there's a round 4, I'm sure he could find some more tokens in that deck. Not a great position. Lock-in Gwent is not feeling the flavor right now.
So let's discuss the interesting part of this matchup. How do you win as a Squirtle player?
And that's where it comes down to. We saw a Squirtle player play against Skellige, and Skellige is just too strong. Squirtle player against a token swarm. You just need to have the right cards at the right time and hope they don't draw anything. I mean, props for him to getting this far.
He did play only 1 Trapper, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he has at least 2 Trappers in hand, but that wouldn't help.
Shu plays, puts the tip in, and will take round 2 convincingly and have set up a very nice round 3. In this best of 3, Shu plays is up 1-0. Winner plays Sif in the championship of the Passiflora. The granddaddy of them all. And just a reminder that I'll tell more later, but there is going to be an invitational of all the Passiflora champions. So Just keep that in mind. There's point totals and things on the Discord. Please join it if you haven't. First place of the there's also some prizes for first, second, and third place, or at least first and second. King Big Red hits the board for a nice swing, but not enough of a swing. And here comes the power. This is just a flexing right here.
Yeah, this game is obviously done.
yeah, it is. It is
And
way done.
And we will finally know which deck is better, Skellige discard or Monsters.
This is going to be good. It's going to be a good match. Much respect to Locke and Gwent for a great showing. In all seriousness, to make it this far in a very strong monster meta with this a very good Soitel deck shows a lot of good playing on your part, and you'll finish in third place, which is a very good showing, and you'll win 400 powder. So, congratulations. And Shu has his choice of many things to do here. And he still has more points.
Right at this point, he's just showing off his hand.
Yeah, he's putting a little bit of stank on it. Lacerate will do something. Not a lot of something, but it will do something.
Like 6.
And Wooden Spirit, just for a little extra emphasis. Is he going to hit the Yennefer just to really put a mushroom stamp on it, or is he just going to take the win? Yeah, he puts the
just in case it's a 60-point tournament.
Right? You never know. There's been those 60-point Turbills that just show up and ruin your day. Ouch. Yeah.
Almost 60.
It was very close. I mean, if he hadn't played that yen, who knows what could have happened. And so Shu, with authority, goes into the championship of the Passiflora to play House of Cards member Sif. Very good. So the first place, thank you, Locke and Gwent, for your participation. Third place awaits you. You deserve it. Very good. Congratulations to Shu to go into the championship. What do you think about those matches?
Yes, it's actually deserves praise that he made it this far with the Squirtle deck, which is actually quite a bit lower compared to the tier 1 meta decks, so popular in this current matchups.
I agree.
But it was obvious victory by Shu.
Yeah, it was a smashing. So he just ran up against really great players at the height of their game. Sequencing and the power of Skellige. So Sif of House of Cards versus Shu. I'm not sure what team he's a part of, and I apologize. So what'll happen is it's a best of 5, but Sif starts off 1-0 because he has never lost. He has never tasted the bitter sting of defeat. He is up 1-0, so he only needs to win 2, and Shu needs to win 3. So if you had to guess before we see the matchup, who do you think is going to win?
Yeah, let's vote. Skellige versus Dagon.
So who you got? Uh-oh, did I disconnect, or did the volume went out? Okay, all right. So we apparently I put him on the spot, and everything just faded and crumpled. So if I'm going to guess, I'm going to, of course, go with my teammate, Sif, for the championship. I wish Shu the best. Shu does stream, and I don't know if he is here in the chat, but he might want to list his channel and his stream times. He's definitely made a good accounting of himself. So without further ado, while we wait for Furry to come back, we will go on to game number 1 of the Passiflora Championship between Shu and Sif. Sif is up 1-0, and it is going to be Skellige against Monsters.
I'm already here, so let's start.
There we go. And just so you know, Sif has been in the finals before and did not win. I believe he lost to Codexel, another House of Cards member. So he is looking for his first win, and Shu is his first finals in the Passiflora. He's looking for his first win. Here we go.
So we are seeing Skellige deck, and it's
always...
pretty nice hand.
All right, so it's looking pretty good. He has Coral, that makes him happy. Just kicking out Ceres. He'll get her with Bran. And we are seeing Shu's hand as well. He has got a good hand. So this will be a good first round here. 2 lacerates might be a little...
Skellige player opens up with a ship.
Shocker, right?
Yeah. Very new.
So he's in the fog, and we've seen that how Sif responds usually when he's under fog. He's been under fog a lot. He just goes ahead and plays the cards right off the bat and goes in and gets the points from the ship. Not really worrying about the fog, going to get his points in. And smash some foglets along the way. Look at that play from Skellige. Just so much power and so much power swing. Skellige, that's what they're known for, just power swings. Might be called swingiga. It's terrible. Feel bad.
Can still drop a second ship and be nice with pirates after it.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful play by Steve. Drops the pirate. Goes ahead and uses it. Smashes the Earth Elemental.
Pirates actually prevents fog ticking by on the ship, so he required to lacerate the last roll to remove the ship.
That's right. That's right. And there he uses one of his 2 lacerates. Sif now will probably put a ship back out, or maybe Olgierd. And it is the ship.
The ship actually does nothing for him except for 2 damage from Donor.
Locks the Earth Elemental. Very interesting play. So the previous match we saw Shu just dominate with tempo and swings. In this case, he is being outswung by Skellige at this moment.
Did you get what he stole?
No, I didn't. Did you see it?
No.
Ugh. Well, there goes Olgierd. Now, Sif is the player that thinks 2 or 3 turns ahead. So, Sif is somebody that is always thinking ahead. So we shall see. He's ahead here. Let's see what he does.
So apparently Earth Elemental was stolen.
Earth Elemental was stolen. Okay. Does he doesn't use Coral this early. He just drops a Captain. Captain, my Captain. Pirates, jeez. Monsters usually don't run Gigny or Score, so he doesn't really worry about that.
I would really like to see Shu's sideboard right now. Thinking how you can attack against Skellige.
Maybe taking a Madrone for the Pirate Captain. Maybe that's about the only thing I can think of off the top of my head. Maybe a lock. Maybe a lock for one more Morkvar or Olgierd. But you already have Fiend, so I don't know that you need another one. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, pretty good insights. Pretty good.
Let's see. Well, I mean, Shu's in a tough spot here. So what does he do? Just lays more eggs. I mean, why not?
More eggs are always fine.
Right? You never have too many eggs. I love watching that. I love watching Gwent. I really do. Every Passiflora has just been a joy to watch, and I suggest you go to the YouTube channel and watch them all again. There's some great players that have come through here, and this is just 2 more examples of 2 great players. He's going to hit Coral, and he wants to win round 1. He's wanting to put this one away.
Isn't Coral too early, though?
I was thinking the same thing, yeah. I was kind of thinking the same thing, but he wants to win this round. Now, I mean, he puts it out of range of the witches. I mean, Shoes has the 20-point swing. Is he trying to bait out the witches by playing Coral? That could be what he's thinking. I've learned not to just
he can play, for example, Commander's Horn now and get almost the same value from the Crones as from the Crones.
Good point. That's a good point. Yeah, you're right.
He can play Old Spear Tip and get almost the same value, if not even more of the same value. But he decides for Crones.
He's going to Crones. No, he's thinking about the Crones. This is a tough call. He's going Crones. Brings out the ladies, and now I think Steve's going to pass. I think that's kind of where he wants to be. Yeah, I mean, get rid of that big hit and make him go down in cards. He will have some keeps. 12 points worth of keep, I think. So
he gets 8 plus 7 carry over, it's 15, and he has 12. Yes, it's okay again.
Yeah. Very good. So, that was a good first round. Good first round, this heavyweight matchup here. So he takes it up 13-12, still enough. Doesn't matter if it's by 1 or by 2. If you win by an inch or by a mile, as long as you win. I'm just quoting a whole bunch of movies today. I don't know why. Guess the captains. My captain. The good thing is there's no score, so I don't have to worry about that that he did against Soitel. So he's feeling pretty good. He's got a Raider that he can kick out with Ermion. Feeling good.
Sure starts off with a spear tip.
She was putting the tip in real early.
He still doesn't have much choice left. He can't actually yen right now because he needs it for his final swing with Leshen. He can only counter, I guess.
Yeah, you're right. And he also can pull Karen Theory. He can pull them. He can pull cards. He's just getting some good value.
As a benefit, he actually wants to destroy Mork, I guess. So it doesn't resurrect.
Great pass by Shu there. Making him have to play a card. It's a good, very good pass. Because it's an awkward play. I mean, you could throw out the Raider, but he kind of wants to use that with Ermion in round 3. So now he's just going to have to throw the Raider out, I think.
The Raider is a resurrection. He doesn't want to throw it out, I guess. The best play, I think, is Ermion right now. Ermion or a Mork.
So you always feel good when you pass. You're not sure of the pass when your opponent really starts to think. I think Shu's feeling pretty good. Like that was a good play. At least I do. Of course, I'm not at the level of these two gentlemen, but I think, like, okay, well, I made the right choice because he's hurting. So he drops a captain to win the round.
He probably values both of his silvers more than a captain by now.
Fair enough. That's right. You can't ask for better than that. Got both Raiders to kick out with Ermion to draw 2 fresh cards. I didn't see the timer on Ceres. I think it would be at 3, if I'm guessing.
Yep, at 3. And he has non-contested resurrection of Ceres anyway.
Yep. So he's going to kick out the Raiders, obviously, for a nice 19-point Ermion. You can't be... I mean, think about that. Ermion's basically a 19-point card, draw 2. That's value, any way you look at it.
Unless your hand is full of golds.
Right. That's a good point. In this case, 19 points, draw 2. All right, good point. All right. So, I guess you just dropped a ship and just gets to get a card. No, he's going to go right to the res. He's going to try to get Ceres out. An Earth Elemental. That's interesting. There's Ceres. This is going to be a crazy ending. All right, just drops the ship. Might as well see what Shu has. They're kind of counterpunching here to see the ending. Who's going to get the end shot? Shu looks like he's in a good position with the Woodland Spirit, Yennefer, and the Commander's Horn. He's in for a big point potential. But will it be enough?
Shu actually goes uncountered with his plays. He has nothing he can do after the Gremist is out. So the only way he has... The only problem he has to Yennefer probably right now, because the Gremist will clear the Foglets.
That's interesting, yeah. I guess he's gambling he doesn't have Gremist. And Gremist gets max value out of good play by Seif, max value from Gremist.
You really can't gamble against a Skellige deck that doesn't have Gremist. It draws all of his deck almost.
That's a fair point. Commander's Horde drops down, and it's 36-36. Wow, this is gonna be one heck of an ending. So I'm looking at the board. Oh well, he drew Sieg, resurrect. He's gonna have to go Yennefer negative. It looks like 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Definitely Yennefer negative. I think it's an 8-point difference. Oh, it's gonna be close because the shield. Oh my God! 1 point. And the key was Seath resurrecting that Earth Elemental.
The shield won him a game.
Oh my God. What a game one. The foresight by Seath to resurrect the Earth Elemental, where 90% of the players would have gone for the bigger unit, that would have gone for the skirmisher. Seath goes for the Earth Elemental, and that wins the game because of the shield. Holy shnikey.
So we are going to be prepared for game 2 right now?
Yeah, so right now, if you're just joining us or if you're just watching at home, it's 2-0 because Seath gets a credit for a win on round 1 because he won from the winners. So it's 2-0 Seath. So if Seath just needs to win one of the next 3 games, Shu needs to do a reverse sweep for the championship. So it's down to Seath wins. He has won the Passiflora. If Shu wins, we continue on this great set. This is crazy. What a great first game.
Yeah, the game was actually pretty interesting. That elemental resurrection was like a prediction of what is going to happen.
I know, right?
Like
I'm telling
in
you,
you.
Seath is crazy. He's like a weird gypsy. Sees the future and plays these crazy. I mean, just like 3 cards ahead. So Seath is in, and Shu played it well. Shu played it perfectly. I mean, Shu played it absolutely perfectly. It's just that the Earth Elemental that he got from Donner won the game. Exactly.
Okay, I guess we're
3.
ready to start the next game.
Yeah, man. Game 3. And this is buckle your seatbelts. If you have just joining us or watching on YouTube, you're welcome. What a great set between 2 level 20 players. Shu does stream on Twitch every day, so check him out. Shu Plays, www.twitch.tv/Shu Plays, I think is his channel. And Seath is a member of House of Cards, and just one heck of a good guy. So here we go. Monsters go first. I'm sure he's not happy about that. I'm guessing Harpy or Elemental. I know, I'm psychic.
Yes, you are.
Mm-hmm. It just comes with the territory, my friend.
You have to take payment for the services.
Right. No one else could see that. That was just, no one expects. Seath, wow. Seath did not have a boat or a hoe, so he went ahead and goes ahead and does the dropping the points.
So will he drop Allgate? Or will he drop a pirate?
He's not happy. I mean, he can't be too happy about seeing all 3 boats in the ocean. I think Olgierd, right? Or a boat to resurrect it, obviously, would be a good call. Now, if Shu sees that, well, Shu doesn't have any way of interacting with his board, really, except for weather, so he doesn't have, like, a thunder or anything. He has 3 captains, which is a lot of points. That's not terribly good.
But you generally don't want to drop your captains in the first round.
Yeah, exactly. And here we see the Shu Fog play. And now he's liking it better. He's ahead in tempo, which is where Shu likes to be. Just by watching him, I'm just guessing, but it seems to be a pattern. Now we can start to see some major swings. Ermion and the Pirates could swing the board. A lot of fog. Will we see Ermion?
I think this is going to get cleared.
Yeah, I think you have to. I mean, not Ermion, Grimaced. I'm sorry. I meant to say Grimaced. I was thinking Grimaced, and I said Ermion. It's got to be Grimaced here. Clear these skies. There we go. He clears it up there.
I really think that the main problem of the deck Shu plays right now is that it runs a lot of fog and no frost. It's only Carantir on the frost damage, and in general, in the Skellige matchup, you want to frost the row, so you get this Morkvark kills, ship kills, and always sticking on the lowest unit.
Interesting. I like the fog, but I definitely see your point. I definitely see your point. I just like the fog just to pull and thin, but you definitely have a great point with the killing and the thinning of the Skellige res. Now Shu is in a tough spot. Usually he puts his opponents in this position. You could say the Shu is on the other foot now. See what I did there? Yeah, I did that.
I think he wants to keep Carantir for the next round, so he's going to jump out of this round as fast as possible right now.
Great play, though. Dropping that Frightener and stacking the row, setting up for a nice lacerate. Good play. And now we start to see the pounding of the ships. And Shu just cannot get tempo from Sif. He just cannot claim the upper hand here.
So, is the lacerate going to hit right now? What do you think?
It's got to be 15. Well, no, not the 15, but well, it actually wouldn't be a good lacerate because you have a priestess for 1, Morkvark for 1, which would resurrect, gain +3. So it wouldn't be a great excuse me, lacerate. Oh wow, excuse me, I'm sorry about that.
I think we are going to see Harpy on the bottom row, and then we are going to see Spear probably.
Yes, or the Crones. Crones will tie it up. This is interesting. Ermion. Dropping the Ermion hammer. In this case, Ermion was a 15-point draw 2. And add in the damage from the ships, 19.
So with just one card, he gets more ahead than he was the last turn.
Yeah, and that last turn he was played against Crones. So yeah, it's the power swings of Skellige are ridiculous, especially in the hands of a master. And Shu puts the tip in. This will be a nice spear tip here. I think we're gonna see a captain on the melee on the range row. He has 3, or just Donar. The elemental. I think I put a captain on the range, right? Just to get. I mean, you have 3. But he knows more than me. Trust me. Look, okay. I'm starting to feel like if I can guess what Sif does, I feel like I'm getting to be a better player and person.
After the captain, you can pass.
Oh yeah, he's so. It's got to be an unusual situation for Shu. I'm sure he's been ahead in most of his games. Obviously, he's in the championship, so he has been very successful. Rank 20.
He's going to use Carantir now because he has actually no other option, I guess. He tries to get the Leshen plus Yen for the last round as in the last game. But this time he has chosen to push the first round as far as possible. And get rid of the Mork in the process.
Yeah, it does get rid of old Mork. Now does Sif pass, or does he just hit that lock on the Ellie? On the elemental? Passes, yeah. Why not?
His Mork is still dead anyway.
Yep. It'll come back as a 1 and then won't come back in the 3rd round, or 2nd round, I should say. So that's good. Man, it's interesting. A nice lacerate from Shu, and he is taking the 1st round. He had to use a lot of his big pieces to take it. The Crones, Spear Tip, Caranthir. So he had to use quite a lot to take it. But that's what you're gonna have to do against Skellige. You have to be committed.
I mean, see what we got here. The monster player went into the 2nd round with a carryover against a Skellige that has no carryover in the second round. You can't find this. Shocking.
Yeah, you're right. No, it's a good call. Usually, the Skellige player will have some. That's why you were talking about Frost, and that's exactly to your point. And he graveyard. Oh, texted. So that's one of the texts. I'm sure he sideboarded in some Griffins. It says no more Grimace for you, sir. Great tech in by Shu. It had to be a tech choice against. Of course, if you're gonna play Skellige, take their graveyard. That feels good, man.
So, in case you just joined, we are watching the grand finals. It's a game 2 between Shu Plays and Thief.
I saw a Harpy, I believe. Shu's just putting some keeps on the board. Very good play. Why not? Looks like
he's kind of trying to milk him for his captains right now.
Thief takes a page from the Shu playbook and gets ahead and gets some Harpy, so he has some keeps going in the next round, along with Olgierd. Oh, the hatred of Donar is just ridiculous. People were mad, and you see why. Because it takes cards that you saw. It took that Earth Elemental, which won game 1, and now he has some carryover going into round 2. Plays a Captain, my Captain. He is milking Shu of all of his cards. Or he could just win the round. Don't forget that. He could just take it.
So the Lessons comes out. He's going all in, I guess.
He's
going to Yan next turn.
Ooh-wee. Now the thing is, Shu is really far ahead because he doesn't have to.
So it's actually Yennefer buff versus about 12.
And that's a common theory. To beat Skellige, you got to beat him in 2 rounds. You can't let it go. The longer you let it go, the worse you are. Beautiful play by Shu. Smashes the board with Yen. I don't think Thief comes back from this. Well, it's only 17, 19. Oh,
he wins.
Not enough. Yeah, not enough. He'll have 20, but it won't heal them because they're in green. It would only heal them if they were in red, so it'll have no effect. He'll have 20, but he'll lose 4 points over the course of the 2 turns to get to 20, which means he will lose. Shu takes game 3. So we are 2-1 in this best of 5. Shu has won. Brilliant plays, as always, as Thief goes down 2-1, or he goes down in game 3. He's up 2-1 in the best of 5. Thief only needs to win 1. Shu now only needs to win 2 to become the next Passiflora champion.
This is going to be interesting.
It's been great. So here we go. We're going into game number 4. Now you've only played 2, but the first game went to Thief because he's in the winner's bracket. So it's game number 4. It's kind of confusing, but just trust me. We just started this last month. Used to be you had to do a reverse sweep of the set. If they win best of 3, they had to win another best of 3. Now they just go. All right, here we go. It's Dagon versus Bran. All right. So we're seeing boats and pirates and Cereses.
So he got 2 boats, a pirate. His hand is actually really good.
Yeah. We see a griffin. That'll be good. If he can clear that boat, he can griffin it out and get rid of it. Or griffin a Grimmist, or a lot of good things. A donor, he can get so much good use out of griffins and caretakers. I don't think he has caretaker, but definitely.
I'm having a deja vu right now.
I know, right? Yeah, I remember watching Freddie Babes when he won the championship Passiflora. He played so many. I think I saw Spear Tip like 150 times in that cast. So yeah, here we go. So we're looking at. Well, if you've seen it before, and there's the swing of the Skellige swing, trademark. Skellige's put a good 18-6, and again, Shu's fighting from behind. And here comes the fog, and I think we see Grimace. Have we seen this before? Ferry, are we doing a replay?
And here I say this is going to get clear.
It's Groundhog Day. All right, here we go. So now that that's done, we get to the meat of the game. Earth Elemental is my guess, or
Gypsy.
It's gonna be something. Earth Elemental. There we go. What's interesting, what I like about Seif is he never commits 2 boats to a round, really. He just kind of never overcommits, plays within himself, has his strategy. Shu does the same thing, has his strategy, knows what he wants to do. It's great.
I actually think Karantir is the right play right now because he's going for the long round 1. And he wants to get this Morkvar destroyed like the last time.
There we go. And we see Karantir. And we're pulling Morky Mork into the final row. There goes the ship. Uldralik comes out. Very good. Look at the value. Look at the way I marvel at Seif how he plays the Skellige deck. So now, finally, look at their Shu. Ahead, puts down some more keeps. It's just a thing. Gets tempo, puts down keeps. Gets tempo, puts down keeps. The response by Seif, locking it. What'd he get now?
He stole a potion.
So he didn't get anything great this time. He didn't get an Earth Elemental or a Harpy. He just got a potion. So Shu,
I guess he stole a potion.
I think it was a potion. I think it was Immune Boost. I think it was. I saw a blue flash. So, just to recap again while we're watching, Seif takes game 1 because he's in the winner's bracket. Seif took game 2, Shu took game 3, and game 4 is in progress right here. So here we go. We have Fire Elementals blasting the boards. Shu is great at tempo and playing from positions of power. So is Seif. And really, this is all about power plays on both sides. Great heavyweight matchup here.
Actually, Seif can just pass almost any time now because Shu is so far ahead that he has to play a lot of cards to keep up.
I think he's worried about Coral. I think that's the only thing he's doing is he's saying to them, he takes Grimace away. Now he's going to pass. He's got to pass here. I don't think he feels pretty good, actually. He lost round 1, but he feels pretty good where he's at.
His carryover is more than Shu has, and Shu is one card down, so it's actually a good position for Skellige.
Yep, Skellige is feeling good right now. A lot of carryover, 13-4. It's a big lead. Gets another boat.
And discard Bowl's Boss with Airman.
Get some reses. Looking good. We see a Lacerate on Shu's side. We see a Crone. And he's going to put the tempo down. And again, I think he's going to want to try to win it in round 2 if he can. I see a Scorch. Do I see a Scorch? He must have teched that in.
So he probably wants to get at least 2 of these pirates in round 3. So
Smart.
he plays for the short round 2, so most of the pirates are in 1 round, and he scorches them all.
Very smart. Oh, he draws Coral. That's got to feel good. Gets a boat.
That's unlikely.
Yeah. He's got the reses to bring Ceres back, so we'll see Ceres in round 3. Ermion's kind of in an awkward position in his hand, really. He doesn't have a lot he probably want to get rid of, but he has the boats.
When you have the airman like this, you can just drop what you get with airman and pretend you never seen it.
Good point. And you get the value from the boats. Yep, very good. Here come the ladies. Oh, and he has to have he has 1 lady in hand. That's the worst feeling in the world for a monster player who plays the ladies.
Oh, he had switched off 1 Crone and Bambaloo's him.
Yeah. Well, and Skellige player is in a great position right here. He does have the Scorch, which will come in. He puts the tip in. which is going to get good value for him. Ermion comes down, and he's just, oh, wow. Wow, these are actually tough choices. These are actually tough choices. I mean, what do you I think you could drop an Armor Smith, maybe, and a captain. Oof, this is tough because you either pick an offense or defense here.
You can actually drop a captain if you expect Scorch, but does he expect it?
Well, he dropped the captain, and he does have a lot. I mean, that's all those cards he has in his hands are really good. So, and the boat will proc from Madman Lugos because he is in essence discarding a card from his deck, so we will get a lot of point tempo off of that Madman.
So the damage is probably going to come out.
Yeah. Wow, what great plays. It's going to go down to the wire. The boats are still in play. We're going to see Madman Lugos hit the board next, I believe. I know he's going to wait. I don't know. That's if he has a lacerate, he does have a lacerate. We see it. That could be a costly move. He's going for the heal. Great play by Seif. Tell me to shut up and know my place. I don't know as much as he did. Goes ahead and heals him up. Oh, man.
Ceres actually comes out too.
Yeah, what a great... And he has that coral that's going to devastate the back row. Here comes the boats, and Madman Lugos is going to smash, and he's going to get 6 points from it, and the tempo swing is ridiculous. It doesn't look very good.
4 points from ships are coming out, and yes, I think this game is actually decided right now.
Yep, it looks like great plays, tempo swing, both players. Seif is going to be your champion of the Passiflora. Congratulations, Seif of Team House of Cards. That is amazing. Congratulations, Shoe Plays, for a heck of a great tournament. You played exceptionally well, both of you. It's an honor to cast it.
Yes, great plays by both players, by Seif, who is now the Grand Champion of Passiflora in August. And we hope to see both players in the tournament next time. Thank you guys for watching. It was really good to cast with my co-host. Or it's actually I'm his co-host, he is the main host.
That's all good. We're both co-hosts. We're co-hosting together. I just want to say thank you to Furry for being here. I think you did amazing job. Thank you to Shoe Plays, Seif, Lockin Gwent, and I'm missing someone. And that's Hyperion. Thank y'all for the great games. So what happens is the first place person that passes the floor gets 1,200 dust. The second place, in this case, first place is Seif of House of Cards. I'll say it again. Second place, Shoe Plays, gets 800 dust. Please watch him on Twitch. He is a great streamer. 1,200 powder. Excuse me. I apologize. 800 powder and 400 powder will go to Lock and Gwent Soytail deck. Next month, it should be the Passiflora Invitational. Seif becomes the first person to be in 2 championships of the Passiflora. He came in second, and now he has won it. So he will definitely be in the Invitational along with past winners. And I can't remember them all, but I will try to list as many as I can. Back to Kill, Codexo, Seif now, Freddy Babes, Garuna. I'm missing some people, and I apologize. But they will all be in the Invitational. You can join us on the Passiflora Discord. It should be in the Twitch. This will be on YouTube, I hope. I want to thank Puzzle for the great job in adminning. I want to thank, again, Furry. I want to thank Sorexia for hosting it. And that's it for us. Y'all have a great day. Just a little note. I will be streaming the Coil Bowstring Tension Cup next on the Coil gaming site, the Bowstring Tension Cup. Thank you very much for watching. Y'all have a great day.